Greetings, ghasts, ghouls, and everyone in between. You might hear my daughter playing out there, but it's a nice sound, so I hope it doesn't bother you too much. Yeah, I'm Mike. How are you? It's good to see you all again. It's been a little while since I've done one of these vlogs, and there are various reasons for that. I haven't been very well again. Stuff's been happening, family stuff, pandemic stuff. We're all going through these things, aren't we? So that's why things have been pretty patchy. Look at this. I have grey hair now. I don't know when this started happening. I think I had a tiny amount of grey hair, and then the pandemic came in, and then I think somehow I got more grey hair. So I don't think I'm going to dye it. You'll know though, because I pointed it out now. And if one day I turn up in another video and I don't have grey hair, then you'll know that I dyed it. But I don't think I will. I've been thinking about this. I've been musing over it. I don't think I'll dye my hair. This isn't the type of vlog that you really want to watch, is it? One about me talking about dyeing my hair. So I wanted to just do some housekeeping, check in with all of you, and also say that the last video that I uploaded here was for Fear Noir, and Fear Noir is my new podcast that's coming out, starring Peter Joseph Lewis, and it's I'm really enjoying writing this. 6 episodes for the first series, and we'll see where we go from there. It's a noirish detective, hard-boiled detective fiction mixed with horror, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, but I did say that it was going to be out late September. That the plan was to do it a month before Halloween, but because of these issues I just mentioned, in true Michael Whitehouse fashion, it's not coming out until just a few days before Halloween. So you will see it here on the channel, and you'll also find it on your podcast app of choice, but I'll make an announcement about all of that as well in the coming days when it's coming out. So we don't have long. I'm aiming for the 24th, so hopefully that'll be when it's released. It's all recorded, it's just a few production tweaks, and really that's all that's needed. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, I know a lot of you are subscribed for the Talking Till Dawn podcast. We will probably do a single announcement video about this, but Talking Till Dawn is actually going to have its own YouTube channel. We've decided that, you see, YouTube really nerfs us because we don't upload all the time, and the type of content that we put out takes a long time to put together, and so we can't put stuff out every day or even every week sometimes, and because of that we slip down the algorithm. YouTube basically rewards you for uploading regularly because it makes YouTube more money, and it makes the content creator more money, and that's fair enough, but it really, number one, it hinders people who work on types of content that takes a long time to put together, and number two, people like myself who have like a chronic illness, if you go through a bad patch, you can't do that. You can't keep up with that, so you get punished no matter the quality of what you're doing. And I'm not saying that what I put together or what my friends put together on the channel is amazing or anything like that, but no matter what quality of work you put out, you get hurt by the algorithm, and I think that's really unfair, personally. But I also am not one of these people to be like constantly raging about it or annoyed about it. It is what it is. But one of the things that we've noticed with Talking Till Dawn, as much as we're getting so many comments on those videos, and it's really lovely to see, we really believe that if we have a new channel that only has Talking Till Dawn content on it, number one, the people who want that sort of content will watch those episodes, they'll subscribe to that channel, and they'll get what they want. Whereas if you subscribe to the Ghastly Tales channel, you get a mixed bag of loads of horror related things, and you will still get all of that sans the Talking Till Dawn episodes. And also Callum really believes that if the older channels get nerfed as well by YouTube. So if you have an older channel like ours, I mean ours is a number of years old, and we go through patches of activity that you can't really get featured by YouTube in the same way, or it's very, very difficult to, and you can't get, you don't qualify as like one of these rising videos or rising channels where YouTube will then start promoting your videos on related stuff. So because of that as well, it kind of holds us back a little bit. So as a kind of experiment, we're going to set up a Talking Till Dawn YouTube channel. It's still a Ghastly Tales production. It's still me and Martin. It's still exactly the same thing. And we're even working on an idea of some supplementary episodes that Cal might be able to come into. But the main episodes are still going to be me and Martin with the same format. And hopefully we'll see if we can build an audience quicker doing it that way. And I really hope that this doesn't upset you guys. I know it's annoying having a number of channels that you have to subscribe to, but we really think this is the way to go forward with that. In terms of Ghastly Tales, the other shows will still continue. The Ghastly Tales podcast will still continue. Sinister Pages will still continue. The Spectral Companion will still continue here. You'll still get all of that stuff here. You'll still get my stupid face. You'll get the occasional live stream. I know we haven't done one for a little while, but all of these sorts of things will come back, and you'll see them again. Right now, I really only have enough time to focus on one big project at a time. So that's Fear Noir. Once I finish the first series of that with Peter, then we'll decide what we would do maybe about a second series, and in the meantime I'd maybe switch over, think about another project while we're preparing series 2. So that's kind of the idea. I've really realised that I spread myself too thin. I mean, I just mentioned all of these different shows. None of them appear really regularly. They're sporadic. You get a few episodes throughout the year of each one, but it's not super regular. And I think part of that is that I've just have too many interests. If it was a full-time job, it would be absolutely fine. You know, I'd be able to do all of these shows and put all my energies into them. And I think as well, I'm starting to realise when I did working on Fear Noir has been a real lesson for me in sharing the kind of, I don't want to say burden, but the weight of making horror content on your own. A lot of the time it's been, with a lot of the audio stuff, I've been kind of doing it on my own, other than, I know Martin does stuff as well, and the stuff he does is amazing. But I'm talking about the episodes and things that I've done on my own, and it's, writing an episode, even something like the Spectral Companion that's only 10 minutes long, researching it, writing it, then recording my narration, editing the narration, then I need to do the background sounds and things like that. So even something as short as that takes quite a long time to put together. And so Fear Noir has been a really great lesson in sharing the weight and actually having people work with you collaboratively. Peter's been doing the narration. He's doing it way better than I ever could. And people like Gemma Amore, she's sang the theme to the show as well and done a really beautiful job of that. Callum and Martin have both been, shooting stuff for promo videos and taking sort of noirish looking photographs for promo stuff that we're using. And of course Alan Graham has been doing the amazing artwork for the show. So it's been a real lesson, and it's good to have a team. The problem is that I'm in a situation where I can't really afford to pay anyone, so it has to be done for the passion of what you're doing. I'm really super lucky to have Peter working with me on the show because, at least for these first few episodes, I'm not able to pay him yet. So it's been a real delight that he's been willing to give his time and his talent to the project, and my plan is that hopefully the show will generate revenue eventually, and then that's when I can start reimbursing people for their time. That's the plan anyway. I've waffled quite a bit in this one, but then that's just me, isn't it? I waffle a lot. I might do some other vlogs over the next week or so. I don't know how you guys feel about these types of videos. It's kind of old school YouTube, isn't it? Like I used to love doing vlogs on my various YouTube channels, and that seems to have become a kind of, a lost part of YouTube in a lot of ways because everything's so highly produced. But sometimes it's just good to sit down and have a talk. I will say this, tonight, Martin and I are recording the new episode of Talking Till Dawn. And so I don't know if that may appear here on this channel, or maybe the first one to appear in the new channel. But we will absolutely let you guys know. If you're subscribed to Talking Till Dawn on a podcast app, then everything's fine. You'll just get it as normal. And it's been lovely to see that, to see the listenership of that show grow and grow and grow. And we've actually started getting kind of like fan mail and things like that through our email account, and that's been really lovely as well. So again, Talking Till Dawn's something that takes a long time to put together. That takes a lot of work. It may not really sound like it, and I put a lot of that down to the fact that me and Martin are good friends, so we're able to kind of bounce off each other a good bit. But also, he edits the shows, and he's so great at editing it in a way where it flows a lot better. But with Talking Till Dawn, we alternate the episodes. So one episode I'll do the research and I'll write a script for it, and that's what I'm reading from. And then Martin will just interject with ideas and things that he, pieces of conversation when we're talking about it. And we'll go on tangents and things like that as well, away from the script. But I always have that script to come back to. He doesn't have that script, only I have it. And vice versa. When I go into an episode that he's hosting, I don't know what he's going to be saying, so I'm kind of reacting to it as well. And I think that creates that kind of conversational aspect to the show, and I love it. I mean, I really love doing it. But the research that goes into these, that we put into these shows, it takes. We're really lucky to get an episode out a month. To be quite frank, I think if we dropped everything else and only focused on Talking Till Dawn, maybe we could get out 2 a month, maybe. But it's. And maybe we could get to 2 without doing that, actually. It just needs to be a little bit more organised. But Talking Till Dawn's a great example of a show. I mean, that's a good thing about podcasts. As much as you do get punished a little bit for it on some podcast apps for not uploading regularly, there are plenty of podcasts that upload every few months. And when we upload an episode of Talking Till Dawn, it's a couple of hours worth of material. So it's an absolute joy to work on that, and I've loved all the comments that you guys have been giving us on YouTube as well. That's actually been our primary way up until really recently, when we've started getting emails now from people. That's been our primary way of hearing from listeners, is through YouTube comments. So it's been great. This vlog, I don't even know what this vlog's supposed to be about now. It's been all over the place, so I do apologise. But anyway, so if you wonder what that sound is, it's the sound of the taps in my house. It's pipes. Yeah, I'm going way off track now. But I would like to maybe just do like an informal live stream one night. Come on here, pour myself a little whiskey, have a conversation with you guys. I have thought about maybe doing some storytelling live streams, and I would really love to do them with, like, the rest of the guys as well, because we're not all seeing each other at the moment, obviously because of the pandemic. I've seen Callum twice, 3 times. I've seen him 3 times, no, 4 times. I've seen him 4 times throughout the entire 6 months or whatever it's been now of the pandemic. And a couple of those times it was like really brief. It was outside. I saw him for a few minutes. One of the times was when things were getting more relaxed around here and you could have someone to your house, and I went and saw him somewhere. And then another night we went cycling because he gave me a bike because I'm trying to lose weight. And I have to say, I love cycling. This is a really random vlog. I'm really enjoying it, but I'm really unfit. It's unbelievable. You wonder when you jump on a bike and you wonder, like, I used to ride my bike all the time when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. Up and down hills all over the place. Never broke sweat. And now I'm like, after about 5 minutes. But it's good fun. So anyway, I am just rambling on. I don't know what else to talk about now. It's just nice to actually be making an update vlog again, because it's been a while. So what have you all been up to? What's been happening? Halloween looks like it's kind of cancelled for the kids, which I feel really bad about. The ones that would get to go out trick-or-treating where I am. Like, in my area, what's quite good is that they're organising like a convoy of cars that are going to drive round, and everyone in the community will know where the cars go, and they hand out free sweets. Like, everyone's donated money to buy all the sweets, and then they'll be given out to people. And instead of people coming to your door, and because normally we go in for Halloween in a really big way, and I still will this year, because I've got my wee one. She's 2.5. Well, she's nearly 3 now, and she won't get to go trick or treating this year, which maybe she would have, maybe the first time, I don't know, but at least she would have got to see all the people coming to our house, and she would have got a lot out of that. But we'll bob for apples. We'll put up Halloween decorations. We'll carve some pumpkins. Make the most of it anyway. That's all you can really do, isn't it? But that's it really. So anyway, I'm going to stop prattling on. I don't know how long this video's been going on for. I do apologise for wasting your time. So, Fear Noir, coming soon. Other stuff, coming soon. We'll be back. Oh, and lastly, I have a Patreon. That means the more I can raise my Patreon, the more time I can put into making new episodes of things. And there's a lot of exclusive stuff that you'll find, even some exclusive episodes of the podcasts on my Patreon. So that's patreon.com/Michael Whitehouse. There'll be a link down below. So if you do want to check that out, it's like $1 a month at the most. Sorry, not the most. For at least $1, you can get access to a lot of stuff, and it helps the channel, and it helps me out to put more time towards doing what I love, and hopefully entertaining all of you. But I also understand times are hard, so don't worry about it if you can't. So anyway, that's all for now. I'll be back soon. Much love, and stay safe out there.